This is part 2. So part 2. Again, so I'm going to get... Sorry, I really thought I might have been spilling this all over my rug, which would have pissed me off. But here we go. I'm going to change the head on this. Like I said, here's the 24-inch giant bead. Remember I said, Eric, if you could really make medium models, a little heavier on the reissues. Again, these S-Series, listen to this guy. I played this at this... Hang on. I got to get my hi-hats. Was I talking about the hi-hats? I think I was before my phone rang. Yeah, I was. So this is what I was talking about. Even if Peisty doesn't want to make a giant beat sound edge hat in the current reissues, just pair the top with the bottom, 2002. You know what I mean? You don't even then have to change the production or anything. And you could also have a medium or medium thin version and then a medium heavy version. Pair, if you have a pre-existing pair, grab 2 sound edges brand new off the rack and take the thinner top, put it on one, take the heavier bottom, put it on the other, and you have 2 pairs of different model sound edge giant beat hats. They'll sell like hotcakes. Anyway, what's up? I'm going to put this on, and these are the hats I used. Again, I could, I was pissed. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was mad at myself when I did not hit record for the show because I thought I did a pretty good job. My relaxed technique for rock and roll kind of worked out. My celebration day is always rough because I'm so like beat up from rock and roll that I am sort of playing sort of heavy-handed on it. I'm almost seriously holding the sticks like this for a while because I'm trying to recover. Okay, so check this out. So here we go. And I even, too, on my clutches, I will also replace, well, at least with the ones that pull like this instead of, I will, Max, it's all right. Put on those because they really kind of need to be torqued. Those, at least to me, seem to come loose easier. But they're great things. All right, so here we go. See, I'm trying to get my left hand. I've been saying this, remember? What happens is I have like a nervous disorder, whatever this is, right? I mean, they call it a familial tremor. But I think my amygdala is just like... You know what I mean? So if I get like... So you know what? Now check this out. After about 5 minutes, my left arm will chill. So I'm normally like kind of spastic. Right? But as I relax, I guess all the coffee didn't help. No, I'm trying to bring it in a little with my left foot. Left hand. A little more bark. Hang on. So, Max, it's okay. And this is a Zildjian S series. I said this before, an 18-inch thin crash. I did not use this at the show. I used its medium thin brother or sister. So this one is in the 1300s, maybe no, it's even in the 12s. I think it's like 1270. But it carries like a heavier cymbal. I mean, to me, that kind of carries not that far from like a 1,500 gram. Typically, it's amazing. The Zildjian S series, the B12, and they really look like giant beats. It's kind of like, with the exception of the lathing, it's sort of like a slightly crude sort of giant beat to me. But they really, like the original with the bigger bow. Peisty giant beat. Anyway, they sound terrific. I'm trying to get Zildjian to make, if they could make me a thinner, their 24s in the S series are 3,900 grams. That's heavy for a 24. That's as heavy as my 24-inch Peisty 2002 ride that I have been using on the Zeppelin gigs. But that, I mean, because that sounds specifically, that 2002 sounds so specifically, especially like to Presency and into the outdoor. Remember, the 2002s got beefier over the years. If you get like a 1974 24-inch 2002 ride, it's going to be a lot thinner than even like a 1979 or 1980 24-inch ride. Okay, 2002. You can ask Peisty about. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So if I could get like a Zildjian S series, maybe like 3,300 grams. Again, Zildjian, like I said with Peisty, should experiment with like a Zildjian S series, a 24 maybe like $29.50 just for fun, because that's what the giant beads generally work out as. And then maybe like a 31, a 33.10, maybe 5 or 6 as you go up, and just check out the weights and just see where there's an optimum point. And the 22s are typically 2,900 grams, which is actually as heavy of at least one Peisty 2000 or Peisty 505 22-inch ride model that I've had, which sounded terrific. So, but I heard, I haven't played a 22-inch S series medium ride or rock ride, whatever, I forget the model. They only make one model of it. But the videos I heard of, it's real pingy. So maybe like 2,300 or 24 gram 22. Anyway, so here we are. And then, so again, I'm going to change that top head. And on my 16-inch floor tom, the amber, I ran out of, I think I said this before. I did, because I talked about how lock washers I think should be used. Companies should try lock washers. Maybe for some reason nobody ever did, nobody ever thought about it. What if lock washers prevent slipping? And I will notice, this was a classic thing. Even with the Supraphonic that I used, which you did not see because I didn't tape it, that I used at the show is a modern one that I didn't have a tone control in it. So, but I love it. It's supposed to be like the Madison Square Garden-y snare sound kind of, which is more ringy than I think the normal. But totally, especially with the Ludwig drums, when you get that Bonham rim shot, and it won't necessarily sound that great here because again, there's this Soundmaster sort of emperor-y kind of coated top. I mean, it's still, maybe I could do something to it. Hang on. Maybe if I torque up the bottom a little. Just a little bit. Not at the snare wire stuff. Sometimes I think that mess. Anyway, oh, actually, you know what? At the snare wire. See, I need to. Because you need to ensure there's that snare response. This, I think, is sometimes one of the bottom snare secrets. Hang on. Here we go, watch. I don't know. It's still, it has to be emperorized. But what else? I was gonna say. Oh yeah, the freaking May 31st at METERO in Chicago. This coming May 31st, a week from tomorrow. It's gonna be the John Bonham Midwest 70th birthday. Bonham's birthday would have been on May 31st. His 70th birthday would have been May 31st this year because he was born in 1948. So we're having a big bash. So hopefully it'll be a little better than the West Coast one they have. I mean, I'd like to check that one out. But I think the drums they might have are a green sparkle kit. Actually, they might have a couple kits set up. Wouldn't it be funny if there were a couple kits? And it was sort of like somebody played like the Moby Dick, doom, dot, like a real basic, not busy. Like somebody, let's say, just did this. Like none of those babies. And then the other two folks could trade off doing like their. Do you know what I'm saying? Ow! Look at that. So, but yeah, so May 31st. See if you can fly into Chicago. I'm debating wearing my Ginger Baker shirt that I made. I'm gonna. And it's not a slam to Ginger Baker. It says, who the F is Ginger Baker? It's just I had to address that he really did say that Bonham couldn't swing as a sack of shite. That's just not a true statement. In fact, so much part of what we love about Bonham is that he did have a swing. He necessarily couldn't sit there and play bop, right? Or, we never really heard him play even basic trad jazz. I'm telling you, part of the magic is his Bonham swung. So that statement cannot be allowed. I'm wearing that shirt as a loving poke sort of Ginger. I think so much of Ginger Baker these days. You gotta remember he's older. God love him. So, you get crabbier and stuff. But I think a lot of that's a shtick, too. Sometimes you meet older dudes, it's sort of the way they are. Sometimes there's like a veneer of like, screw you. Then again, he did hit Dudesicle in the face with the frickin' king. But that might have been publicity stuntish. Because he knows, it's a pretty sure that the filmmaker, that's gold for his or her film. So you wouldn't charge him, right? So I think I'm going to wear the shirt. I'm going to see if they'll let me sell Bonzoleum shirts at the show. We'll see. I might have to grease a palm or two. Anyway, more videos on the way. I'll end with a little drumming. Again, here are my Peisty. I highly recommend making sound edge giant beat hats, as I've said, since they've come out. And again, remember, I had Eric Peisty's ear for a while. He honestly said he was going to make me a pair. So even if he doesn't have to send me. I'm happy with this. Hopefully they just made one so they could have checked it out and see what it sounded like. Again, so here we go. Hang on. Oh, I forgot to say that even with the modern, I brought the modern snare drum to the show. Remember, on these Superphonics, so much as I said, the part of the bottom sound rim shot is you will get from the vibration one or two of these rods, even in a song, start to loosen. You really got to double check your tuning in Bonhamburg. And something I didn't do at this show, it dawned on me after about 5 or 6 songs, that I was like, oh, wait a minute, the true Bonham sort of tone wasn't really there. Hang on a second. Anyway, so I'm going to get that Emperor on. But so I had to tune it up. And the hoops that are on the top are those new S hoops. So I think a pretty, you know what I mean, almost Slingerlandy. And I love that they do hoops like that, like Stick Savory. But anyway, I had to tune it up, so remember that. Remember, you got to love that Ludaloy bottoms. You know, listen to, again, Flutist knows how to tune a frickin' 6.5. That guy could go on a frickin' 10,000 date tour with just his 6.5 by 14 Superphonic, pack rooms, and be like, all right, everybody, here you go. Get some millennial with the tune bot, no offense against millennials, but me personally and George and a whole hell of a lot of drummers, for me a tune bot would be like, all right, after I have it sounding good, what's the result? And I know we messed it up in the George video last time, so we'll get the proper tune bot settings for George's perfectly tuned Superphonic. We'll get a couple different settings, because, you know, George can tune it for the Royal Albert Hall, a little bit for presence. Like, he knows how to actually mess with it. He's that sick in the head. So anyway, more videos on the way. Don't forget about May 31st at Metro in Chicago. And don't forget about Bonzology. Check George Flutist and I. We're making a video next week where we'll both be on it, okay? Maybe even a live stream. And I do want to schedule a live stream. I'm going to schedule a live stream at some point, probably at night. But I got to find the time where maybe everybody around can get on. But I do need to do it in advance, and I do need to start it prompt. I'm very sorry about that Saturday a month or so ago. Thank you for watching. More videos on the way.